There are fast cars, there are supercars, and then there's the 2026 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1X, a machine so absurdly powerful that it forces us to ask a question nobody thought we'd need to ask about a Corvette. Is 1,250 horsepower too much for the street? Because this thing doesn't just cross the line, it deletes the line, burns it, and launches past it in under 3 seconds. The ZR1X is now the most powerful Corvette ever built, the quickest Corvette ever tested, and arguably the most capable performance car Chevrolet has ever put on the road. It combines a twin-turbo V8, an electric motor, all-wheel drive, hybrid boost, track aero, and software that can make even professional drivers recalibrate how they think about speed. And yes, it's faster than most hypercars. This is the 2026 Corvette ZR1X, and the numbers are honestly ridiculous. To understand how insane this car is, you have to start with the powertrain, because Chevrolet basically merged 2 already extreme Corvettes into one. The rear wheels are powered by the same 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8 from the ZR1, producing 1,064 horsepower on its own. That engine alone already makes the regular ZR1 one of the most powerful production cars in the world. But the ZR1X doesn't stop there. Up front, Chevrolet added an upgraded version of the electric motor from the hybrid E-Ray, driving the front wheels and turning the car into all-wheel drive. The result is a combined output of 1,250 horsepower. 1,250 horsepower in a Corvette that you can buy from a normal dealership. This isn't a limited hypercar, this isn't a one-off, this isn't a track-only machine. You can walk into a showroom and order one. That alone changes the entire performance car world. On paper, Chevrolet claimed the ZR1X could hit 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds and run the quarter mile in the 8-second range under ideal conditions. Those numbers sound unbelievable, so independent testing was needed to see what the car actually does in the real world. And the results are still insane. On an unprepared surface, not a drag strip, the ZR1X hit 60 miles per hour in 2.1 seconds and ran the quarter mile in 9.2 seconds at over 153 miles per hour. That puts it among the quickest cars ever tested, period. Only a handful of electric hypersedans and hybrid exotics are faster, including cars like the Ferrari SF90 Stradale and the Lucid Air Sapphire, and even then, the difference is tiny. Compared to the regular ZR1, the ZR1X absolutely destroys it off the line. The standard car needs about 2.5 seconds to hit 60. The ZR1X cuts nearly half a second off that time, which in acceleration terms is enormous. The reason is traction. With all-wheel drive and electric torque at the front axle, the ZR1X can use all 1,250 horsepower without instantly turning the rear tires into smoke. But raw acceleration is only part of the story. Chevrolet didn't just build the ZR1X to win drag races. It's supposed to be the ultimate Corvette on track as well. And that's where things get interesting, because the extra power also comes with extra weight. Adding the electric motor and battery puts the ZR1X over 4,100 pounds, about 239 pounds heavier than the regular ZR1. The weight distribution also changes slightly, shifting balance toward the rear. That affects handling more than you might expect. On the skid pad, the ZR1X pulled 1.14 Gs of lateral grip, which is extremely high, but actually slightly less than the standard ZR1. On the Figure 8 course, the ZR1X ran a 21.9-second lap. Again, incredibly fast, but still not quite as quick as the lighter rear-drive ZR1. Why? Because the front motor changes the way the car behaves. The ZR1X is faster in a straight line, but the extra weight and the all-wheel drive system make the steering feel a bit less sharp at the limit. The car can feel looser entering corners, and the added speed means you arrive at braking zones much faster than your brain expects. Drivers actually had to change their braking points because the car gained speed so quickly that normal reference points no longer worked. That's not a problem with the car. That's a problem with physics. Once you get used to it, the hybrid system actually helps a lot, especially on corner exit. The front motor pulls the nose forward, reducing oversteer and helping the car launch out of turns in a way that feels almost unnatural. It's a sensation very similar to what people experienced the first time they drove the R35 GTR. The feeling that the front axle is helping drag the car through the corner instead of just following. And that makes the ZR1X unbelievably fast on a real racetrack. Even in wet conditions, the car is shockingly controllable. With modern traction control, all-wheel drive, and massive tires, drivers were able to use far more throttle than expected without losing control. In fact, the car tends to prefer going straight. Push too hard and you'll usually get mild understeer instead of a spin, which is exactly what you want in something with this much power. That doesn't mean it can't get sideways. Chevrolet actually tuned the ZR1X to drift better than any Corvette before it. But drifting an all-wheel drive hybrid works differently than a normal rear-drive car. Instead of lifting the throttle to control the slide, you often keep your foot down. The front motor keeps pulling the car forward, helping stabilize the drift instead of letting it spin out. It sounds wrong, but it works. Until the battery runs low. When the electric power drops, the ZR1X suddenly becomes a 1,064 horsepower rear-drive monster again, which is a completely different experience. And that's what makes this car so fascinating. It can be a hypercar, it can be a track weapon, it can be a drift machine, and it can still be driven on public roads. On normal pavement, even in the rain, the ZR1X behaves surprisingly well. As long as you respect the braking distances, the car feels stable, predictable, and easier to control than the power numbers suggest. Modern stability systems, huge brakes, and all-wheel drive make it far more usable than older high-horsepower cars. And then there's the price. The base price starts just over $200,000, and the fully optioned test car came in around $260,000. That sounds expensive, until you realize this car performs at the level of machines that cost $1 million or more. There is nothing else with 1,250 horsepower, all-wheel drive, hybrid boost, track aero, and Nürburgring-level performance anywhere near this price. That's what makes the ZR1X so important. It isn't just the fastest Corvette ever. It might be the biggest performance bargain ever built. Chevrolet didn't just make the ultimate Corvette. They made a car that forces the entire supercar world to pay attention. Because when a dealership-sold American sports car can run with hypercars, outrun Ferraris, and still be driven home in the rain, you know the game has changed. And the ZR1X just changed it again.